Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a brief discussion on astrology and the tarot cards. So there's different camps you can be in on this. There's not really a consensus. There are people out there that have assigned a planet and a sign, like a sun sign, to each card. Um, you can certainly do that if you like. So, for example, the Empress card has the symbol for Venus in the card, but there's not really a set pattern to it. Another way, when we've already talked about this, is you can certainly use the astrology to go with the knight, well, actually, the page, knight, queen, and king, the people cards, because they all represent an element. So you can tie in astrology that way. Another way is something I've also already discussed with the numbers and each of the numbers relating to a planet in Chaldean numerology. So that's another good way to bring astrology into it. So if the number one is the sun in Chaldean numerology, then you can relate qualities of the sun with any of the number one cards, as well as Leo, which the sun rules. So you could do it that way. Another interesting way is to bring the Enneagram into it. So this can get a little confusing, but there's 9 types in the Enneagram and 9 basic planets that we use. So sun and moon being considered planets, I kind of compared some of these. So if we were talking about a number one type Enneagram person, this is somebody that has discernment, but they're also trying to evaluate whether they're good or bad, or what's good or bad, what's right or wrong, morals, this kind of thing. They don't want to be a bad person. And this could be related to the sun, like it's forming their basic character. Um, that's also the planet connected to number one in Chaldean numerology. The same with number two, it's also connected to the moon. But two in the Enneagram's a person that's a giver, caretaker, wants to help others, like the helper. They're looking to be loved. So this would be the moon in astrology. This is also open to interpretation. You could sub that with Venus as well, the planet of love or how you want to be loved. So definitely these two I feel like could be flip-flopped. I have Venus as number 9, but any of the 2 cards then, so that would be the number 2, 11, and so on, could be related to the moon or Cancer or the qualities of the moon. So that might give you more information about that card. Number 3 in Enneagram is somebody who is kind of looking for their worth, and they're very active people trying to achievement. Let's get big, let's do it big. And this is Jupiter, the planet of expansion. Number 4 in the Enneagram is somebody who wants to be recognized for their uniqueness and likes to analyze relationships and themselves in terms or in relation to other people and how are they different. And that is Uranus, for me anyway. The number 5 is somebody that's very in their mind in the Enneagram. They're rational, but they're always in their head. They're not a very physical person. They're always thinking and inventing or figuring something out, like to be alone so they can do that. That's Mercury. Mercury is the planet of the mind and communication. Number 6 is a person who is always trying to find loyalty, to find trust. Who's the authority? And the challenge is to have the courage to be the authority and evaluating. So to me, that's Saturn. Number 7 in the Enneagram is kind of like the person that is avoiding pain. They're the partier or the escapist, or let's stay busy and do fun things and just on to the one thing to the next to the next. So to me, that's Neptune. 8 is a person that is the challenger. They challenge others. They want to be in charge. They want to have the power. They don't want people controlling them. And in a good way, they can stand up for like the underdog or people that are trying to get power over other people. So that to me is Mars. And then number 9 is the peacemaker, the person that goes along with everything to get along, to keep the peace. They just kind of deny themselves and their own needs for everybody else. So to me, that can be Venus. But again, these can be interchangeable as well. So just an interesting, different way to use the numbers on the cards. And let me know what you think. And thank you for watching.